My name's Joseph Tittle, aka Spiritman JT. In over 3 decades working as a spiritual medium, making precise predictions over the past 15 years, I'm here to show you my story and why I truly believe I have pinpointed the start of the 7 years of tribulation. Through that and some of the prophecies and some of the things I'm about to share with you. I don't do this and put this out there as fear. Remember, it's all about being prepared more than anything, knowing what could be hiding in the future for us. And a way of knowing and being aware of this can help us to prepare. Awareness is preparedness. It was in November of 2016. Through meditation and ceremony, I was preparing for my annual New Year's Day World Prediction live stream on January 1st of 2017. In that live stream, I even spoke about one particular meditation and the time cycle of 2025 to 2032 that Spirit showed me in that meditation, telling me that would be the most important, most significant, and most intense time period of all of Mother Earth's history. What exactly does that mean? Well, we can all come to our own assumptions of what that means, but through my dreams as a child, through my predictions in my own prophecy, and the study of prophecy like the book of Revelation, I assure you that we are very close to the time period of that in which Christians speak about the 7 years of tribulation. And I believe I have calculated that to the exact date going by what Spirit showed me. Not only that, but what I learned in Peru. So check this out. So after receiving in meditation the time cycle of 2025 to 2032 that I put out in my January 1st New Year's Day predictions in 2017, it was shortly after that I got the nudge from Spirit that I needed to go to Peru. I had no idea why until I came across the video Reality of the Truth. When I saw Freddie Puma in the video, The Shaman, I found and felt instantly like I found my long lost brother. It was about a year later, in July of 2018, that I ended up being gifted with the blessing and miracle of going to Peru and working with plant medicines, San Pedro, ayahuasca, and Brother Freddie Puma. While we were sitting in the temple conversing, Freddie Puma began to tell a story. He told many amazing stories. This story was about his great-grandfather. His great-grandfather talking about the earth shifting and the earth changing and everything on the earth being completely different. And that would happen in 7 generations. And this is when Freddie was a little boy. And his grandfather telling that story. And calculating the generations, there'd be one left, which would be over 50 years. And that's when Freddie said and stopped and said, but it's going to happen sooner. Because time is moving faster. Which fascinated me because I was saying that for years since 2012. December 21st, 2012, we went into the Aquarian Age. And time has been moving faster. And people say, oh no, it's because you're getting older. No, it's actually scientifically proven that time is moving faster.
They're running down the clock. That's what these spirits are doing. They're running down the clock.
They're trying to stretch it as long as they can.
That's what they're doing. They trying to run. The spirits already know it's over for them, but they still trying to fool y'all. And time is flying. Y'all haven't noticed it? You need to get one of my books. I put out. I think it's called The Solar Cycle and the Coming of NoopooH. You know the Earth starts spinning faster in 1972?
No, I did not know that.
The sun pushed the Earth faster in her rotation. Before that,
I'm not gonna argue if I do that.
The Earth slow. The Earth was sped up in 1972, and time has been flying ever since.
I did notice that time is moving quicker. It seemed like it to me. I thought it was just me. But I felt like days were going faster and time is moving a lot quicker.
And that right there is a blessing that time is moving fast. Because if they didn't, if the sun in his great wisdom, because NoopooH was there, didn't cause that to happen, a lot of us would have died after this COVID thing. A lot of us would have been stuck because they was dragging with that. They was really trying to drag and beat this clock. February 5th, 2022. They was trying. You wasn't around me when I was doing all of the videos on Agenda 21 and the New World Order and all that stuff. You wasn't there.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, but that was after the fact. I've been done with it. So when it was going, when I was making the videos in real time, that's what I'm saying. But if people those who was with me during that time, I was explaining that they had a 30-year window from 1992 when Bush went to Rio de Janeiro to put America on, all the way to February.
Into it because it was scaring me too much.
Right. So that was the time frame. So now that time frame is up, but the suns sped the earth up. I got books on that. It's in the Revelation books as well as the solar cycle coming to NoopooH. Y'all need to understand what the hell is going on. This is it. The whole thing is running, and if you do the right thing, if you pay attention and take account of your time, get yourselves prepared. Align yourselves with nature. That's all I can tell you without sounding like I'm going over your head, because I'm not going to tell you nothing that can't be proven or it will be proven somewhere or the other. I'm not saying I got all the answers. I got enough though. I got enough to put those books together on that website. And y'all want to know what the hell going on, and you want to try to find heaven on earth, get your mind right. That's what you got to do. Get some peace, get some correct information, and follow that. You're not going to hear me ever say, follow me. I don't need that. You need to follow sound, right reason. And they are right in here. You just got to tap into your real, true mind and find that and do what you need to do. You see?
That's facts.
Venus, y'all. I'm finna read a little something from my book. Let me know when everybody ready.
Go ahead.
All right, said this is coming from the solar cycle and the coming of NoopooH. All right, said listen to sound right cosmic reason. The planetary alignment was not the only thing mentioned in the Bible and clarified in the nature books for signs for the end. Matthew 24:21 says, for then shall be great tribulation such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever be. Matthew 24:22. And except those days be shortened, there shall be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, and those days shall be shortened. All right, you with me on that?
Yeah.
That means days are going to be short, right? That's what we understand. That's what it's saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mark 13:20. And except the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he has shortened the days. Listen to reason. However, if the complete ending of evolution does not happen within 60 years, including the catalysm for 0.3 south from the year announced by one who is qualified to proclaim it, when the cataclysm does come, the universes are on their way down out to the smack circle of chaos. Ghost God being the last evolutionary stage of the spirit dead can be mighty oppressive and very bloodthirsty. And this is why the Caucasian Bible states, St. Matthew 24th chapter, verse 21 and 22, that if the days or years of ending evolution are not shortened by the universe scientists for the sake of the elect, elite, and innocent, there shall not be any flesh saved, and no one will survive Armageddon. The events and disasters that close the end of evolution, let it be remembered always and let it be known. Introduction to the Nature, Book 2, page 135. The complete ending of evolution will be in the year 2025 AD, noon Ethiopian year 69, February 5th. Here's the numeric proof. You there?
Yeah.
Just making sure. The ending of evolution, 105. 2025, 105. That's the gematria. There's other ways that, to add on. Listen to sound right cosmic infrared reason. In order to know how to tell when the shortening of days will start occurring, you must know where to look. This place we can look in is called Kepler's law of orbital motion. Have y'all ever heard of that?
No. Wait, you said
Kepler's laws of orbital motion.
No, I never heard of that.
All right. This is why y'all got to stop listening to these people that y'all giving all y'all time to. This is exactly what I'm saying. Observing Kepler's law of orbital motion at work, Kepler's law shows the effects of gravity on orbits. They apply to any object that orbits another, planets orbiting the sun, moons orbiting a planet, spacecraft orbiting Earth. A planet's orbital speed changes depending on how far the planet is from the sun. The closer it is to the sun, the stronger the sun's gravitational pull on it, and the faster it moves. The farther it is from the sun, the weaker the sun's gravitational pull, and the slower it moves. The same is true for an orbiting satellite. The closer the satellite is in its orbital path to the planet, the faster it moves. Kepler's second law describes the way an object's speed varies along its orbit. A planet's orbital speed changes depending on how far it is from the sun. The closer a planet is to the sun, the stronger the sun's gravitational pull on it, and the faster the planet moves. The farther it is from the sun, the weaker the sun's gravitational pull, and the slower it moves in its orbit. All right, How Things Fly, Education, Flight, Dynamics, Kepler's Law, Orbital Motion. That's the website. All right, this is Johannes Kepler. This is the man that came up with that. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Okay. He's
That's
born.
a telescope or something is made of, right?
I think so. He has something to do with that. This is him in 1620.
Yeah, like the biggest telescope is called like the Kepler telescope or something like that, right?
I'm not sure. But he definitely was. I think he was definitely into astronomy. I think, but he was born December 27, 1571. Died November the 15th, 1630. Said, listen to sound right, cosmic reason. You said something?
No.
Okay. Listen to sound right, cosmic reason. Now, knowing this means that the sun has the effect on a planet's motion, it's clear in new science and other philosophies and cultures that the sun and all the planets are not unconscious spheres in space. We can now look into the orb Earth. Girtha began speeding up and in turn the days became shorter. Earth's in a Hurry, 2020, by Graham Jones and Constantine Bicos, published December 23rd, 2020, changed 21st June 2021. And it says, many of us wish we can get through this difficult year as quickly as possible. Seems the Earth feels the same way. It has been spinning unusually faster lately. 2020 included the 28 shortest days since 1960. Atomic clocks exposes Earth's irregular speed. The Earth is an excellent timekeeper. On average, with respect to the sun, it rotates once every 86,400 seconds, which equals 24 hours or one mean solar day. But it is not perfect. When the highly accurate atomic clocks were developed in the 1960s, they showed that the length of a mean solar day can vary by milliseconds. These differences are obtained by measuring the Earth's rotation with respect to distant astronomical objects and using a mathematical formula to calculate the mean solar day. 2021 is predicted to be even shorter. Scientists monitoring the Earth's rotational speed expect the trend of having shorter days to continue through 2021. According to their calculation, an average day in 2021 will be 0.2 ms shorter than 86,400 seconds. Over the course of the entire year, atomic clocks will have accumulated a lag of about 70 ms. For comparison, in the past years, they ran fast by a few hundred milliseconds per year. See yearly average since 1973. In fact, the year 2021 is predicted to be the shortest in decades. Before this current speeding up, the last time that an average day was less than 86,400 seconds across a full year was in 1937. Leap seconds keep us in sync with Earth. If Earth's rotation gets too far out of sync with the super steady beat of atomic clocks, a positive or negative leap second can be used to bring them back into alignment. Since the system of leap seconds was introduced in 1972, the Earth's rotation has generally been a bit sluggish. So far, these have been 27 leap seconds and they have all been positive. In other words, they have all added up an extra second to our clocks, enabling the Earth to catch up. Recently, however, the Earth has been getting quicker, and no leap second has been required since 2016. If the Earth's rotation continues to quicken, we may at some point require a negative leap second. If this happens, our clocks will skip a second in order to keep up with the hurrying Earth. How we know the Earth is speeding up? Official measurements of the length of days are made by the International Earth Rotation and Reference System Service, IERS, to determine the true length of a day. The IERS scientists determine the exact speed of the Earth's rotation by measuring the precise moments a fixed star passes a certain location in the sky each day. The measurement is expressed as universal time, UT1, a type of solar time. UT1 is then compared to International Atomic Time, TAI, a highly precise time scale that combines the output of 200 atomic clocks maintained in laboratories around the world. The true length of a day is expressed by the deviation of UT1 from a TAI over 24 hours. So this is what they're trying to do. If you got all these clocks around the world keeping up with time, they waiting for something. They watching for something. You understand? Because we don't have clocks that's made on the atomic clock. Ask yourself why. Because they don't want you to be caught up with what's coming. You understand? And they created something called the doomsday clock in the 50s. So if you don't think they don't know what's going on, they do. Again, if the people y'all listening to ain't saying this stuff, stop listening to them. Louis Esser, this is the man, these two men invented the first atomic clock, cesium 133 in 1955, and it is credited for measuring time. A few types were sold between 1956 to 1964. This is also a description in the book of Daniel that speaks of knowledge will increase during this time, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness are the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. The history of leap seconds. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is that if y'all don't understand how to put everything in order, you're not going to be ready.
With that said, Freddie said that this Earth shift and Turtle Island being swallowed up by both shores would happen sooner, much sooner. And that's when I stopped to ask Freddie a question. My first question, which I feel less than smart for asking because I already knew the answer, but I guess I needed to hear it. What is Turtle Island, Brother Puma? Well, my brother, Turtle Island is North America, mainly United States, the East Coast and West Coast, being washed away by the oceans. Then I asked Freddie if the time cycle of 2025 to 2032 meant anything to him. He was literally in a moment of shock, like I was when he said time is accelerating, which I've been telling people for a long time. In a moment of shock, he stared straight at me. He said, my brother, I am getting that same exact time cycle, 2025 to 2032. I was able to shock the shaman as we shocked each other, knowing this time period and this cycle that's coming. That number 7, as his grandfather spoke about 7 generations, we have the 7 years of tribulation, the 7 archangels, the 7 seals, and it goes on and on, especially in the book of prophecy and book of Revelation in the Holy Bible. So with that said, this is how I came to the calculations and the final validation I needed from confirmation from going to Peru, that time cycle definitely was exactly what Spirit told me. Going to be the most intense time cycle on planet Earth ever. going to accelerate so quickly, so fast. By 2032, we will be living in the new Earth nation with technology advancements that you would never even dream possible. And it's going to accelerate, but lots of things are going to happen in turn before we get there. And this is how I calculate it and why I know in my heart and soul that the 7 years of tribulation begins in 2025. October of 2025 to be exact. And this is why. Once we arrive to the year 2032, I first would like to assure you all that the year 2032 and those that make it to that point in time, because let's face it, so many people are going to opt out in accordance to their soul contracts that don't want to go through the years of tribulation. But those of us that make it to 2032, it's going to be beyond anything you could have ever possibly dreamed of. And in the future, I will do a video on 2032 and what that will look like. Let me start by bringing you some awareness to something that most people are not aware of. In the date April 13th, 2029. On April 13th, 2029, the comet Apophis will come close enough to the planet Earth to take out satellites and do damage to the part of the Earth that it comes closest to. If that is the midpoint as prophesied in the book of Revelation, and planet Apophis, the comet, is the same as planet Wormwood in the Bible, that would be the midpoint of the 7 years of tribulation. If we rewind to 3.5 years, that would bring us to the month of October 2025, just as I said. And I'm believing that October 22nd would be the day that we step into it. The year 2025 happens to be, in the way of numerology, a 9-year. We go through a 1 through 9 year cycle. 9s are all about endings, death of cycles, letting go of, getting rid of. That would make sense to the start of a new beginning at the end, because October of every year is a reflection of the coming year, which would be a 1 year in the year 2026. The year 2032 falls on a 7 year, and the period from 2025 to 2032 is a 7 year cycle, which would make sense to the whole prophecies of the number 7 in the book of Revelation, and all the prophecies written in all ancient cultures with the 7s and the years leading into 2032. And that's how I calculate without a doubt that the 7 years tribulation would begin at the end of 2025, taking us into the end of 2032. So going back to the time of 2016 when I first received this message in meditation about the year 2025 to 2032, along with what I learned from Brother Freddie Puma in Peru, along with the calculations of the planet Apophis coming into our solar system in 2029. The calculations of the 7 years and the 7 years of tribulation all making complete sense.